Hey, Tony here, Random Adventures 2.0. Where are we at and what are we doing? Well, where we're at a boat launch. And what are we doing? Well, the river is down, so we're gonna do a camp along the river because the water's way out from where it's been. It's been really high because of all the rain, but now it's late August, the water's down. I checked this out the other day and I was shocked at how far the water was out. Well, if you're ready for an adventure, come on, let's get going. Alrighty. Here we go. There's a little bit of a walk down here, but no vehicles beyond this point. So this is really just a drop-off spot. And I'm thinking like canoes and stuff. Oh, we got a lot of poison ivy right down there. Oh, there's a lot of it. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But it is cement, but it drops off and pretty steep. But you can already see the river there. That's the Susquehanna River, and the water is really out. When I was in this area, probably a year and a half ago, I did a camp at the Merck drug company just inside the fence, on the other side of the fence. And in the morning, workers came to work on the pump systems that are up there. But during that video, we walked down here and I said about doing some gold panning because there was some exposed bedrock, and the natural rock bedrock I realized was up against the bank. Oh, I got to be careful going down here. Oh, there's poison ivy on both sides. All right, yeah, so right down here was the bedrock right along here that I was talking about. It's almost like a natural sluice, and I was planning on digging out one of these right here and doing a little bit of panning because the water at that time was right along this grass edge here. Yeah, I did pick out 2 trees that are down that direction. I think they're going to work out pretty good. Really, it is amazing how low this river is. I don't think that I've ever seen it this low. I mean, it's been this low probably before, but this would be a good chance to look for some artifacts like Indian artifacts or Native American artifacts since the river is low, because this river, believe it or not, is one of the oldest rivers in the world. One of them. It just didn't shift whenever, I don't know, look it up, Susquehanna River, a lot of stuff on it, but very, very cool, a lot of river rocks and stuff like that down here. All right, well, I gotta get out this way, but I wanted to look at this. Yeah, so things like this is what I look at. Like this boulder right here, you can see it's kind of, when it's higher water, all the water is running and goes right around that boulder, and you can see how all the sand is right here, but then all the heavy stuff drops out in there, and it looks like we got some bedrock right here. So this might be a good spot to, you know, just do a little test pan and see if there's any gold. Yeah, it's always fun to do tests and things like that. But yeah, there's all exposed bedrock here, and we're getting to the lowest part. You could probably walk across this river right now, and it would not be up to your waist. That's what I'm thinking. I used to fish on here, but it's a very shallow but broad river. Now you got to watch out for holes and stuff and things like that as you walk along there. But yeah, I used to do some fishing on here. Oh, it's some good fishing. Kind of wishing I'd have brought one of my gold pans, probably one of my smaller ones. I have a blue one that's pretty small. It would fit in my backpack, but yeah, I just didn't bring it. But yeah, I think this would all be really cool. I'll have to come back sometime when I can do that, because just all this bedrock with all these grooves in it would just act as a natural sluice. A sluice box is when it's something you put down in the river. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But then you put your dirt in it and the river runs over it, and then the gold is heavy because it drops to the bottom, and then you pan that stuff out because the gold would have dropped. This would be a perfect natural sluice on the river. So you just dig out in these grooves, and then, yeah, you can see how they're all layered right down across there. Yeah, Gonna get gold fever here, but we got camping to do. So I don't think anybody's used this for a while. You can see they got a Y right there so they can hold the end of the rod while they throw it in the water. The water was probably right at that other boulder right there, but you can see how far down the water is. So yeah, they would have been a lot closer. Yeah, so it doesn't look like anybody's come here for quite some time. But, well, I am going to keep walking, and then I will, once we're ready to turn up where I think the trees are, if I can remember where I was at the other day, looking around, I will bring you back once we turn up to the bank. Alrighty, right over there you can see the Danville Bridge. That goes over to Danville. But I think we're ready to turn up. We're pretty close to the two trees that I saw. So we're going to just walk up this bank here. Oh man, you can see how dry it is. All the cracked ground. But we're back that way is where I saw those trees. And I think we'll just make our way over into there and get set up. So this isn't really a stealth camp, but I've always wanted to camp along the river. So I'm thinking this is about the best spot we got for doing just that. Yeah, am I here? No. Or yes. Let me figure out my trees and then I will bring you back. And so I walked down that way a little bit, but I had originally seen this spot first, but then I looked at that spot over there, but I think this one's going to be a little better. I'll probably use these two trees. They're a little ways apart, but I got long enough straps. All right, let me get my backpack off, and I always forget to unclip this one. Come on, clip. There we go. All right. Well, let's get this hammock started. Oh, and I got some new gear too. I was down at Dutchware yesterday and picked something up for our hammock. I'll show you that when I get it out. Let me put this down here and get it opened up. All right, so I got to unload a few things. Ooh, that's our food. What are we having for dinner? Well, you have to wait and find out. Now, it's not supposed to rain tonight, so I'm going to debate about it's supposed to rain in the morning, but I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the tarp up or not, but oh, what is this? So this is like I said, I was down at Dutchware yesterday, and so I picked up a few things because I was down there to do something, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later, but it's going to be cool. So I picked this up because a lot of times I'll use a snake skin for my hammock, but this is what's called an anaconda. So snake skin, but a big one. So it's got a compression straps on the sides, and it's a bag, and I've got my straps in here. So my straps I keep them right on the top in this little bag, but I'll show you how this strings up here in a second. Let me get my straps put on the tree. This is a nice view of the river. Oh, this is pretty nice. I don't know how bugs are gonna be. Usually there's quite a few bugs on the river, and I don't have a bug net, and I did not bring my thermocell, so we'll have to see how it goes. Now this tree is leaning in, but we can get our strap up because we're so far away. We're gonna have to go a little higher than normal. Right, get that one in there. And I'm just gonna say, oh, you know, they're not as far away as I think. All right, well, that's good. Get the other strap up. Our other tree. Get above those two little branches. There we go. I just can't get over how easy those clips are. You know, you're not fighting with a carabiner. Those Dutch clips are really cool. All right, so let me show you the anaconda. So you can see here we got this is the attachment right here for our hammock. There's a little snap right here, so it feeds through here. So this is going to be my foot end, and my head end is going to be on this end, so when we pull it all out, the bag will remain on the hammock but at the foot end. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this compression sack, so you just pull the little things up. Now this is so light, it's Dyneema material, and I'm just going to pull it to the side. Oh, I'm liking it. And then so basically on the hammock's red head, so so that's how you know it's the head end. For people that have, say, like storage and stuff, like phone storage, things like that, a ridgeline storage, you want to kind of set your hammock up where that's always at your head, so that's why they put the red one there. All right, so let me attach this and then walk it out. So we just got that Beetle buckle right there. That's on this end. Let me just open up the drawstring, and then we'll start walking it out. Like I said, I want to sleep with my head at this end because I can see the river a little better than the other side. There is a screen that your hammock and everything goes in, and there's a little clip on this end that kind of holds the netting. Now this is not a bug net, this is just for the anaconda. And then I'll get to the other end. Here's my other end right there. Look at that. Boom. Just like that. Get the other Beetle clip and go ahead and hook this up. And then give my straps a pull. Adjust it a little bit. I want to be that way a little bit more. That way. So I do want my legs higher. So we'll go this way just a little bit. Yeah, I gotta drop this just a tad. Just drop that down a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm liking that. I might go down just a tad bit more on the adjustment on this side. That's looking good. So the anaconda has this big screen here that goes around all of your stuff. I could put my top quilt in here as well and have it all in there and just pull it all out. That compression sack works really good, but we've got a little clip on this side that holds the mesh material, so we keep that clipped right on here so that when you pull the hammock out it stays in the one end. So we'll just get this unhooked and then walk our netting out and let our hammock drop. It's got a bigger mouth area on this side. I like instead of snake skin, anaconda, because it's big and it eats it. So like I said, it just walk it on back. I'm gonna grab it on both ends here and just slide it, and then let our hammock just drop on out. Woohoo! There you go. Then I just stuff it back in and keep it nice and dry and protected in case it rains, because this whole anaconda stuff sack is totally waterproof. All right, and it's just gonna live right here at my feet. All right, there you go. Perfect. Okay, there you have it. So this is the Dutchware Hellbender. It's my new hammock and it's my favorite hammock. So because it's head right, when you lay, meaning head right, the sewn-on underquill is higher on this side than that side. You can see it's an asymmetrical cut, but it's designed for me to enter it on this side. So we got a little bit of a bank right there, but give it a quick sit and see how she feels. Ooh, so winging. I'm not gonna throw my shoes up here. That is comfortable. Oh, that is good. Yeah, so that little tree, it's big enough to hold me, so that's a good thing. All right, well, I've been showing you a lot of stuff. We got to get busy, get the rest of our bag emptied, because it's going to be time to eat dinner. And like I said, when I was down there at Dutchware, I picked something up. I've been waiting for him to have it, and now they've got it. So I, I got some of it yesterday when I was down there making a design for something I'm going to show you or tell you about. And I got a picture of it. I had to proof it today. So in about 10 to 14 days, you're going to see what I got. All right. Oh, the sun's going down. Well, it's already over that bank. The river looks nice though. I think this is going to be a good spot. So I just got done looking at the radar. I did bring a tarp along. I'm not going to string it up because it's only 30% chance at like 8:15 in the morning or 8:30. It's a percentage, but it's not like a 50%. Watch it rain. What I'll do is I'll just keep it close by, and if we gotta string it up, we will. But I think we'll be good. I don't know. We'll find out, right? All right, let me get my table and that kind of stuff set up. All right, I got our table all set up, and so even though I'm gonna enter the hammock on that side, I am going to do all my cooking on this side. So I got the Trexology table. I got a couple other things laid out right here. Oh, I hear a train in the distance. One thing about this area, there is a train track that runs through Danville down towards Sunbury. In fact, when I was sleeping at that Merc, that's what woke me up in the morning, was an early train. It was like, it was loud. And then I noticed that the workers were out there right after I got up. But what do I have on the table? Well, I've got some water because we're going to be cooking with water. I've got my little backpacking burner. This is the micro burner. And this is our food bag. Really cool what I got in here, but I'm not going to show you it yet because I want to take a walk down by the river because I'm sleeping down by the river, not in a van, in a hammock. All right, and what is this? This is one other thing that I brought along. I have never used this, but Dennis had sent this to me a couple of years back. It's a, oh, can't read it. Yeah, the train's going. We won't be able to see it. We can only hear it. This is an ultra compact pocket blanket. It's meant to go down on the ground. It all folds into itself. So we're going to put that. That's going to be our alarm in the morning. I'll put that down on the ground when we're ready to take our shoes off for the night. But like I said, I want to walk down by the river. There are, I'm pretty sure, a lot of artifacts that people will come and walk the banks and stuff. I don't know if we can find anything. And I will show you anything that we find. Or maybe just something interesting. Yeah, walking along all the rocks and stuff and looking down, and notice this one here. It was a different shape, right? A familiar shape. Looks like this is a brick right here. I was gonna pull it up and see if there was any writing on it. I don't see any. Yeah, so there's a brick. That's probably a pretty old brick to wash down the river. Because this river's flooded quite a few times, so that could have came from way up the river. You can see the lights coming on the bridge, so it's definitely getting late. I just been down here walking around looking at the rocks. Didn't find anything else, but that would be interesting for you to see. I thought I saw a carving in a rock, but no, it wasn't. Oh, what's that? Yeah, it looks like an old drain of some kind. I'll leave that there. Yeah, so our hammock is up inside of those woods right there on that ledge. Can't really see it, so I think we'll be good. Look down river. So that's headed south, headed to the Chesapeake. All right, I think it's getting about time to get some dinner made. What are we having? Well, let me show you once we get back. It is 8 o'clock already. Can you believe that? So it's getting dark. I do have the light on. This is the food bag. Let me open it up and show you this. So when I was down and did the walkthrough of Dutchware, we talked about Dutch's Trail Magic. It's a dehydrated food and stuff, and I had asked, do you have any ground beef? And he said it really hasn't launched yet, but they were working on it. Well, I was down there the other day, actually yesterday, and we picked up some dried beef. So this is dehydrated beef. It's called Dutch's Trail Magic. So this is freeze-dried ground beef. So we're gonna have that. They also have, because I'm carnivore, so I can't, get all their noodles and stuff. So I tried to pick something out that I would be able to eat because, bringing a steak or hamburger out of here this time of the year gets a little challenging. Plus we've been doing ribeyes and T-bones and New York strips, porterhouse. So I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. This is cheddar cheese, so dehydrated cheddar cheese. So we're gonna take those two things, and what are we cooking them in? And what else are we adding to it? Well, we're gonna cook it in one of the bowl bags, so the Dutchware bowl bag. This is really cool. I saw these at Maha. Fee was using one morning, and I was like, what is that? And he said, it's a bowl bag. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what's a bowl bag? So it's built and it's designed for your spoon, but it's like a Ziploc bag. Well, it is a Ziploc bag, except it has this, when you expand it out, it's got a bowl shape on the bottom. So these corners are basically just plastic. So inside you can see it's like a bowl. So the idea is that your spoon won't have to work into the corners. So we're gonna dump beef and the cheddar cheese in here. We got to heat up water and stuff. But what am I adding to it? Oh, this is gonna be pretty interesting. So I have these little containers here. Now, I got these yesterday. I was looking at the craft section in Walmart. Really awesome. So on the top, I've got salt, the big Malden's flaky salt. The second one right there, that's Malden's smoked salt. So I'm keeping these with me now, but the bottom two sections, it's goat's milk. So I looked at the non-fat dehydrated milk, and then I saw the goat's milk. What's really cool about goat's milk is it's digests better than cow's milk. It's got 7 grams of protein per 8 ounces. And I thought, I've had goat's milk before, never had it dried, but the idea is we're gonna put the beef, the cheese, one of these, which is 1/4 cup, into the bag, and then add our hot water, mix it up, let it soak, let it rehydrate, and then that's dinner. All right, well, let me get this stuff together. But these, real quick, these containers, they're stackable. So the top one has a lid, right? Then when you unscrew the top one on the bottom side has the lid for the next one. So you just kind of screw that back on and unscrew any one that you want to get into. And the bottom of the lid, or the bottom of the one above it, is the lid for the next one. So there's one lid, and then all the other ones don't have lids, but it's the bottom of the container, if that makes sense, right? All right, well, let me get a-rolling because I got to get the water heated up too. All right. Okay, here we go. So we're going to cook it in our backpacking. This is our titanium cup. And inside of the titanium cup, I keep a small isobutane propane, and that's our micro burner right on the top. So we're going to get this fired up because, like I said, we got to heat up a little bit of water for it. And then I'll mix everything that I'm going to put in the bag. Now, those Dutch's Trail Magic bags, just to let you know, I'm not sponsored by Dutchware gear. I just love their stuff. All right, because this turned into a Dutchware video, right? But so we got our 750 ml titanium cup, our micro burner right there, you can see. So I'm gonna get everything kind of set up before I fire that up because I want to pour some water in there. I don't know how much water to use. So I'm just going to wing it. Just wing it. All right. Oh, let's put, and maybe not a lot. Depends on how much stuff I put in there. A little more. About that much. I don't know how much that is because I can't see. All right, I think we're good. We'll go ahead and fire this up. I think this is a pretty full one. Won't be till I get it lit. All right, so let's get our water going first. We'll put that on a slow roll because I've got to open them bags. One thing about the Dutch Trail Magic bags is they are resealable. So it's got a little zip like here. I'm thinking I might just use half of this. And that way I got it for another meal. I've always wanted to make my own like mountain house or something like that. I can't eat those anymore on my carnivore lifestyle. So, but not to say I miss them, but they were good in a pinch, but they are very, very handy. And I've always wanted to make my own stuff, and I'm not in a position to dehydrate my own food. So that he has that down there now, that is really good. So we're gonna pour this right into the bag. I should try one. Like, oh, he does have candy too. Like, I forget what they were. I remember seeing them in the video. A little more. That's good. All right, so we've got the dehydrated cheddar cheese. He had Kobe Jack and also mozzarella. I grabbed the cheddar. We're just gonna add some of the cheddar. Oh, there was a, well, actually we're gonna add all the cheddar. So I only used half of the beef. I am using the whole bag of cheddar. And so they do put one of these in there to take out the moisture. Don't eat that, that's not extra spices. I used to say that when I used to eat the other meals. And then we've got to get, check the water. I think we're still good with the water. All right, let me get the goat's milk is next. So I'm gonna use the bottom one. I'm just gonna unscrew it here. Oh, there we go. So like I said, that is a half a cup, is pretty much what I figured when I was filling it. So we're gonna dump that right in the bag. There you go. It's in the bag. And then I am gonna hold this closed somewhat and just give it a shake. Mix all that up in there. You're probably thinking goat's milk. You know, goat's milk is the most drank milk in the world, worldwide. It's the most consumed milk, goat's milk. Who'd have thunk it, right? But, oh, mixed up real good. So I've got it all in there. Well, mixed up kind of good. Shake it a little more. I think I shook all the milk to the one side. There you go. All right, the only thing we got to do is add our water, so it'll be a minute or two till that's ready. Oh, I forgot my spoon. It's over in the bag. Let me get that. Oh, just in time, our water is boiling. Let me turn that off. Pull the lid. Oh, you can see all the steam. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab the bag, grab the cup, and add in the water. Oh yeah, it's steaming. How much do I put in there? Huh, all of it. So I got our spoon, our titanium spoon. So I'm going to give that a stir. One of the things they had down there is like it's called a koozie. A lot of people make them out of Reflectix, but they had a down koozie down there. Really nice. I think Stitch has one of those too, that I've seen before. So we're gonna let that mix. I may have made this too soupy. I've never made this before, so. Ooh, that actually smells good. I think I want to put just a little bit of salt in there. So I'll salt it up and then I will seal it up. Where's the top? There. So I'm probably not going to use the smoked salt. I don't know if that'd be good with this burger. Could be. But I'm going to give these are big flakes, so I'm going to give 2 big pinches. 3. And then I'll seal that up and go from there. Yeah, these little containers are pretty awesome. I think they're going to come in just handy for a lot of stuff. All right, one last stir. Yeah, a little soupy, but that's all right. But it is definitely too hot, so we're gonna have to let it sit and cool down. So why was I down at Dutchware yesterday? So Mike Connolly, big shout out to Mike Connolly, he posted on our Random Adventures 2.0 Facebook page. It said, hey, let's take up a contribution for Tony, do a buy me a coffee. He needs to be represented down in these events like HangCon and Maha events, North Carolina Hammock Hangers, just the different hammock hangs that I go to. And Dutch makes a printed tarp. So I've been thinking about it for quite some time. So he had done a buy me a coffee, Majestic Hammocks, had bought some coffees, Cordy over there, Majestic Hammock, and then also Ursa and Leo, they had done a gift card. So I was like, you know what? Yesterday I said, I'm going to run down there, talk to them. I got a few things, but I also sat with Fee and we designed this right here. This is a picture that I took when I was down in Florida, and Fee did the design. I told him I'd like Dutchware in the bottom right corner, along with the Hellbender Hammock logo, and then our Random Adventures 2.0. But I really love how this picture is, and they sent me the proofs today, and then there's on the bag is going to be the squirrel. So Random Randy is going to be on the stuff sack that the tarp goes in. Now that's an 11-foot printed tarp. It's really cool. I'm really liking it. I can't wait to see it. And also, talking with Fee, he said it would be about 10 to 12 days they'll call me and let me know. Because I'm planning on running back down there to pick it up, because I want to get some guidelines for it and stuff and some other things. But thank you all very much for that. And Mary and Johnny D. Torres, thank you as well. I used the coffees that you bought for me this month for this tarp as well. I'm really looking forward to showing it off. I think it's going to be great and draw a lot of attention to our channel when we're at events. People will know exactly where we're at. Well, maybe. All right. Well, let's. I'll bring you back when we're ready to open this up and eat it. Looking in the screen and looking at the sky, no comparison. Definitely a lot darker here than in the camera. But it's been about 20 minutes. So we're gonna pull our meal out. It's still soupy, but I think next time I'll use a little less water. The nice thing with these Dutchware bags, it's not a one-time use. You can rinse these out and reuse them again. It's a very heavy plastic with a nice strong ziplock. Really strong. All right, where's my spoon? Oh, there it is. You won't be able to see down in there. I don't want to pour it out. But yeah, definitely soupy, but looks like that beef came out pretty good. Alright. That's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it. I can't tell if it's focused or not. Oh, it's gonna drip. Yeah, it just dripped. It dripped on the bag. Alright, well, first bite. You really can't tell that it's dehydrated. Wow, really impressive. So I'm gonna get some of the broth. Oh, that's what broth. That's what I forgot to add to it. I had beef broth. Next time. But I had a packet of beef broth. You know what, it's such a small packet, it's probably down in my food bag. I didn't even think to grab that. But I would have put beef broth in it to mix with the goat milk. But even without it, really good. Tasty. Alright, well, I gotta be careful with this that I don't spill it. So, I'm gonna get some of the goat's milk. Very good. It's almost got a little bit of a sweet taste to it. Yeah. Very high protein bagged meal that we made ourselves. Alright. Well, Dutchware, great job on this stuff. They do have vegetables as well. I think I saw string beans, some other stuff too. I don't remember everything. But check it out, dutchwaregear.com. You can go on there and check it out and see all the stuff he has. Oh, they got a lot of stuff, but definitely good stuff to make some meals with if you're concerned with putting in what you like, because really no highly processed food in here. You know, if you're concerned with that, you make your own. Yum. I'm sure there's probably some of you that dehydrate and make your own meals already. But if you are lazy like me or don't know how to do it, you'll order this stuff. Yum. Very, very good. All done with that. So, so this is what I forgot to add. This is the bone broth. This would have added 10 grams of protein. So this is the oh well. So I mean, if it was cold out, I could even make a cup of this and eat it. But I felt down in the bag, I had some paper towels in there, and I thought that's all that was left in there. But this is the bag, the Dutchware bowl bag. I added water in there, and I kind of rinsed it out and just drank the cold water out of it. but I'm gonna put everything back in the food bag. So you can actually make that up in the bag, seal it, and just bring it along that way. I mean, you could do so many different things. Like back in the day, I would have made like ramen noodles and things like that. Put it, look at all the bugs flying around because I got my light on. Crazy how there's not many bugs out here. So, one of the other things that I did, Squirrel, one of the other things that I did order while I was down there, I ordered a bug net, a netless bug net, because this hammock, the Hellbender, they made this and designed it for me without the bug net. Usually the Hellbender will come with a sewn on bug net with a zipper on the one entry side, but the other side is all sewn along, but I wanted one without a bug net. I wanted a netless one, so they made that for me specially. But I do know that I'm going up to the Adirondacks with Stitch and Alpine Warrior. That's going to be in a couple weeks. So I got a bottom entry Dutchware. That's one of the other things I picked up while I was down there, but they got to sew it and they'll have that ready when I pick up my tarp. But I want that for up there because I know the last time that I was up in the Adirondacks, that was 2 years ago, that Stitch, Alpine, and I were up there. I think that video, we called it the Three Amigos. So we're getting together again, and then they are gonna follow me back down for the fall Maha. So Mid-Atlantic Hammock Hangers, Dutchware Gear puts that on. So we will be over there, down from Adirondacks, New York, for that event. And then I leave for Ohio, because my son, his wife is having a baby, and my wife and I, Miss 2.0, and I are going out there to help. All right, well, I'm gonna get finished cleaned up, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, it's about 10:15. I walked away from camp just so I can give you a look at it at night here. You can see we got our table right down there, but our hammock is all set up. I don't want to leave this light on too long, but you can't even see the river. It's just really dark. But I am going to go ahead, sit down in the hammock and talk to you once I'm in there, because I'm ready for bed. Man, I'm tired. Just listening to all these crickets and everything just really makes you tired. Yeah, very relaxing down here. All right, talk to you in the hammock. Okay, we're in the hammock. So I'm loving this hammock. Like I said, it's a right side hammock, so head right. When you lay in here, I am practically completely flat. I don't have my puffy jacket on or my top quilt. I've got it. It's right down there, pushed down there at the bottom towards my feet, because I'm not going to cover up because I am kind of warm. It's 66 degrees out right now. It's only supposed to get down to 63. And I'll tell you what, 3 degrees, that's nice and cool, but not cold. Below 60, I start getting a little chilly. But right now, high humidity though. And it's supposed to, I just looked a little while ago, it changed it up a little bit. There's like a 20% chance at 7 a.m. now. So they're saying less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. So it's not much. We'll see how it goes. It is cloudy. I don't see any stars in the sky at all. So we'll see how it goes throughout the night. I just don't want to pull the tarp out because I love the openness of waking up in the morning and just looking out. However, when I get that printed tarp, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Well, you know what we say, lights out. I'm going to listen to the crickets and fall asleep to nature's sounds. All right. Well, good night. See you in the morning. All right. Lights out. See ya. Well, good morning. There's our train alarm. Oh my, that was a great sleep. I am very well rested. Oh, that was nice. So the wind's picking up. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, so I had better get up and get things started. I don't know if I'm gonna make coffee. I don't think so, because Miss 2.0, she's on her way back from Pittsburgh, and I have to pick her up in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So that's a little bit of a drive for me, but she's gonna call me and let me know exactly when she's coming in. So I'm gonna pick her up, but first I gotta get all packed up and head on out of here. Oh, the river's looking good. But yeah, the wind is picking up, so I think it's gonna be raining here within the next hour. So let me get busy and get myself up and out of here. Oh, where's my shoes? Oh, there they are. So I did pull the top quilt out. It was about maybe 2:30 in the morning. Only because the wind picked up a little bit, but there was a nice breeze all night. It never really blew very hard. And I did, as you can see, I took my shoes off. I wasn't worried about stealth camping and having to get up quick and pack up or worry about anybody coming, because relatively this was a very quiet spot. I did hear a little bit of traffic on the other side of the river. That's 11 or 15. So 11 and 15, Route 11 and 15 come up the river down towards Harrisburg, and then one of them splits off. And I think this is 11. Or maybe 15, one of them. But there's traffic over there going from Northumberland up to Danville. So you can hear it across the river. Oh, I gotta hurry. I want to get everything packed up before it actually starts sprinkling. I didn't feel anything yet, but I have a feeling it's on its way. All right, so pack my top quilt away and then get the hammock. Well, I gotta get that mat. I did put that mat down on the ground as well. So I gotta get that folded up. All right, there you have it. It's all cleaned up. I just got to throw the backpack on the back, and we got to hike on out of here. Now, if you're wondering, am I going to have coffee? Well, absolutely. We're not going to go a day without coffee. What are you kidding me? Come on. So I do have coffee in the car, but I do go to a location several times a week and get a cup of coffee from there, which is Turkey Hill. So I'm gonna go see George and Ed. Well, not George. George is in the hospital again. He just had some foot surgery, but it looks like they got the infection. George is my friend. He is a 3-time tour Vietnam, 80 years old. If you follow the channel, you know who George is, but he should be home in a couple days, and I'll have a cup of coffee with him as well. All right, well, let me walk down by the river and take a look at the river quick, and then we're gonna get to the car because Miss 2.0's on her way home. Well, I got a couple hours yet. All right, here we go. All right, get on down here. Oh, be careful going down this, because I went to look at a spot the other day, and I hadn't been there in 4 years. And on the way out, I knew this one spot was very gravelly. Goodness, I stepped on it, and next thing you know, I'm on my elbow on the grit and dirt, and it ended up starting to bleed. But we got up and got moving and made it back to the spot we were going. Oh, there's the river. So this is a look up the river and then down the river. And that's the direction we're headed. Alrighty, well, there you have it. That was a great camp. We're getting out of here before the rain starts. I do want to say thanks a lot for coming along on this random adventure. It was random. In fact, this was a good opportunity to get to this spot because usually if this is all water, there is no trail that gets over here. This would all be blocked off. The only way to get to this spot would be by boat. And we ain't got a boat. All right, well, I think that'll do it. I'm just gonna walk back to the car by myself. You can hang out here if you want to, or you can turn the channel off or switch to something else, watch something else, whatever you wanna do. All right, well, thanks a lot for coming along. I really do appreciate it. It's a video every Thursday night, a camping video, stealth camping, car camping, e-bike camping, hammock camping, all kinds of camping. All right, well, until next time, if you want to see a few other videos, let me recommend a playlist for you. How about our stealth camping playlist? Right there, because a lot of you like stealth camping. I do too. This is just a regular camp. Maybe check out last week's video right here and see if you like it. And if you do, give me a thumbs up. All right, take care, have an awesome week, and we will see you on the next random adventure. Tony 2.0 out.